Nah, bro, you done.
Okay, it's live. All right. So, last time on Heroes of Terria, you all continued your journey deep into the Kazan Shrine. You cleared out the eastern wing of the shrine, moving the key orb from its starting location to the end, recovering the second eye, and progressing through the strange dragon statue that was at the center. When you proceeded onward, you found two flame dancers that attacked the party. Upon defeating the flame dancers, you found the Raijin Ember, but at the very same moment, a strange creature known only as the Hunter attacked Ral. Things got disturbing as briefly the party was shunted into a subdomain of the Hunter's making. The Hunter assaulted Ral and peeled out his two other forms that you have seen him take. After doing that, the Hunter disappeared somewhere with Ral, leaving the party to fend off Ral's remnants on their own. Out of nowhere, Ral reappeared into the arena, and when he did so, the Hunter was cast away. The Hunter fled the scene immediately, shunting the party back into the normal domain. You finished off Ral's remnants, noticing that Ral was now fighting with a longsword he's picked up off the temple floor, and fighting with it using a peculiar style, not something you've seen at any martial university. Ral has placed the green dragon egg into the slot on his forehead. Having done so, it appears that Ral has obtained a symbiote, a dragon by the name of Linnea, who momentarily took over Ral's body to answer a few of your questions. It would seem that these dragon eggs do indeed contain dragons themselves. After having disproved most of the world's religions, Inako turned her bow on the party for a moment, shocked and perhaps a bit disturbed by the events that had taken place. However, she agreed to stay with you, at least for now. You made your way out of Kazan Shrine, and overlooking the town of Raijin, you saw and heard a commotion. You're all standing around on the mountain path, overlooking, that's the wrong page, overlooking Raijin. So what you're seeing outside the city walls, you're seeing a bunch of flickering lantern lights, and you're seeing a lot of what look like Raijin citizens gathered around a couple of people. You can't make out any details, but you faintly hear the sound of a stringed instrument making its way up to the mountaintop.
Note DM, I am back to looking like a human.
Okay.
Just, I figured it's worth putting out there just to be safe.
Yes.
After Inako's reaction, yeah, just kind of makes it more justified.
Ral will close his third eye, still leaning on Z for support.
I'm holding him all the way up.
We should probably go and check whatever that is out.
Should we?
Yeah, we
With
should.
the weird things that happen around us all the time, this may be a refreshing breeze in comparison.
Okay, 20 minutes ago, the wall was meat. The floor was meat.
And was looking at you.
Well, I mean, we looked at it too.
Fair enough.
Inako fucking books it.
So you see Iniko
Bye!
just dart off, heading down this mountain path.
I'm very surprised she wants to turn her back to it. But
You know what? To be
Where
at
we
this
go?
point, I think she figures that either we'll kill her or we won't. You know,
nor she
and there's
thinks
probably
she can
nothing she.
handle us.
You know what? I like to think so. She's a tough girl. She's cool.
Alright.
I just realized that
What is
Iniko
it?
would still have her wolves.
Yeah. Let's see. How long does that fucking last?
An hour.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the wolves also bound off after Iniko.
Oh man, there go the puppers.
I know.
If I remember correctly, Gorix did say that the princess used a heart. Or no,
Eru.
an arrow.
An arrow. Wait,
So
Z thinks
what
for a
we're
moment.
hearing may be the princess approaching.
Is that what Naomi played? Did she play an Eru?
That was
No,
a
she played a
Shamshin.
Samishin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the town on fire?
No, the town is not on fire this time.
Oh.
This time.
We should
No
probably
random
hurry
group of
though.
Weirdos in the bar heard somebody yell, "Shit! You're not supposed to be here."
I mean, the last time I was at a town and there was a ruckus, I got a big hole
Hey.
in me.
Look, look. What are the odds of that happening twice in a row? Later that
I
evening.
think if anyone is likely to get a hole put in them, it's myself. But
True.
at the same time, I don't plan on spewing blasphemous, although true rhetoric in front of a bunch
To be
of
fair, you had
probably fairly religious people.
probably. I was also gonna say, technically, you had a whole field. It's like the opposite situation, if you really think about it.
Truth. But I do not want to test the fact whether or not they would like to excavate that and then finish the job.
So you don't
Good
get
point.
big anymore and you don't spit fire anymore.
To a degree, I do not
Probably
know the
spit
full
fire.
limitations of my powers and abilities yet, but
So you're kind of the new guy now.
No, you can't do that to him.
well, I mean, to be fair, I joined the party after you anyways.
Yeah, but do you think that matters to Korgath?
I mean,
Honestly, I don't care.
he's just said I'm giving away his nickname. Okay, I won't.
Let's go!
All right.
Okay.
He's gonna start running down the mountain with Ral in tow. Who I imagine is hanging off Z like a
Ral.
flag.
Yeah, Ral is just having a fucking issue. Trying to keep up with Z.
Or just like put him on my back and ninja running down the mountain.
Captain,
Yeah,
what do you think?
I need a drink.
Well, I've got like 8 bottles left. You just want a bottle?
Yep.
Okay, well, hopefully we can stock up when we get down there.
Alright.
All
I
right.
do have exactly 8 bottles of liquor left. I will mark that down to 7.
I
Well,
like how
6. I'm gonna.
I like how you track your liquor more closely than your dungeon loot.
No, I wrote down the loot I got. I tried to pocket 2,000 gold and didn't get away with it. Almost. Captain, I tried.
You did. You're a fine pirate.
Yar. Let's go.
All right. So you make your way down to the Ryjan walls. Iniko, you are the first to arrive. Your wolf's not too far behind you. Z and Ral are gaining on you. As you approach the walls of Ryjan, you can now see more clearly the scene that is unfolding. The citizens of Ryjan are circled around a pair of people that you recognize quite handily, Inuko. In the center of the grass stands the princess, Aoi Asuka, her resemblance to the emperor uncanny. To her side, her samurai, Miyamoto Musashi. He stands with his hand over his sword, scanning over the crowd for threats. She is playing a discordant, unhappy song. And despite the shocking nature of the princess still being alive, the crowd seems to respectfully be staying quiet. As you arrive, Inako, the princess casts you a long look, but she turns elsewhere to the crowd. Until Musashi, his husky voice, pipes up. Princess, they come. Make way! Make way! What's going on? The crowd parts. And in come about 6 shogunate soldiers, judging by their armor, headed by one in slightly fancier armor. You can't quite tell his expression behind his mask, but he has his hand over his sword. The princess stops playing and turns to face them. If you are who I think you are under arrest for impersonating Princess Asuka. And the princess laughs. Miyamoto makes a slight twitch towards his sword, which prompts the commander and the other soldiers there to hover their hands over theirs. The princess finally speaks. Know this, I am not an Asuka impersonator. The bloodline remains strong, and I am very much alive. And I will take back what was stolen. You see her play a long, discordant note on her eru, and then all of a sudden, the earth in this circle shakes, shivers, and then moves. Pieces of forgotten, old, buried, discarded armor start hovering up, forming soldiers. A line of them, 10, and then 20, and then 30. A whole battalion of reanimated soldiers. You don't see any bone or flesh or anything under the armor, just the armor itself, and all 30 of them unsheath their rusted, broken down weapons and adopt a fighting stance, standing opposite of the shogunate troop.
Are there like any street vendors around? I just want to buy.
Are you
like
hungry?
I just want
See,
some popcorn to watch this shit unfold. I'm just like,
He just
they don't
hands
need my help.
Gorgath a dumpling. Yeah, I already bought some.
Yeah, just a bag of something so I can just like popcorn eat and watch this shit go down.
He's
Ral,
stuffing like a
still
dumpling.
holding off of Z's shoulder, is going to tweak a loose piece of leather cord off the hilt of his longsword, and is going to cast Mage Armor and has his hand on the hilt of his sword as well.
Okay.
Watching this go down.
Cool.
This is, I don't think they even need our help, Captain.
So,
What?
Looks like she's got it all under control.
I don't doubt that, but we tend to get into the middle of things.
So the tension, it rises. You can feel it. The commander seems to be considering his options, and Asuka simply stays quiet, holding that discordant note. Commander repeats himself. I say again, stand down, and my men will not harm you. If you do not, things might turn violent. And when he says that, Musashi unsheaths his katana.
Inuka puts a hand on either of her wolves' heads.
In a very tired voice, you hear Musashi ring out, know this, there was a time in my life I might have spared you for your idiocy. That time has passed. If you cross blades with me, it will be to the death. You actually hear some whispering among the other soldiers. Is that Musashi? Oh my god, I don't want to fight him. He'll cut us all down.
Huh? What?
The commander looks visibly nervous.
Quick question.
Yes.
What are the limitations on target number for my Draconic Mind Speed?
Oh God.
Hmm.
Why are you doing this?
We're gonna start
I don't know.
at 3, and it'll get bigger.
Can I be taking a
Okay.
breather while this is going down?
I am going to, from a distance and from behind, of course, Z and wherever we're, whisper into the minds of the commander and what look like the 2 other highest-ranking officers next to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Run from this place. Flee for your lives.
All right, let's
That
do
is just projected into their brain.
let's do intimidate at advantage.
I'd even call that an unfair advantage, talking right in someone's head like that.
Yeah.
Gods of the mountains speak!
Oh, yeah. So the commander looked a bit shaky before, but now he looks very shaky. Things stay silent except for that long, discordant note still hanging in the air. Musashi waiting, Asuka waiting, the commander looking back at his men, and then back at the princess. She speaks once more. If you value the lives of those men you're commanding, you will stand down. The commander, after a long moment, sheathes his sword and turns back to his men. Stand down. And then he turns back to the princess. Tanaka will know of this. The princess smiles. I'm counting on it. With that, she, still holding that note so that the soldiers stay up, turns her attention to Inuko. Huntress.
She stands up a little straighter.
Huntress, your reputation precedes you. I had heard that you were brought over here. You are accompanying those from the west, are you not?
I am.
Are they here? I would very much like to speak with them.
Mm-mm.
I'm assuming Inuko can spot them in the crowd.
They stand out.
Nope, I'm
We are
We're
all
not far
yeah,
directly behind her.
Wait, did we
we
hear
are
that?
looking away, covering our hands like over our eyes a little bit. Like,
I'm just
Raoul
holding up that
will
big fucking
stand apart from Z and stand a little taller, keeping the best posture he can. Weakened state.
Inuko will use the wolves to like clear a path to them and usher them forward.
eats another dumpling and walks forward.
Some dire wolves.
I got a big old bag.
The dire wolves collect you. They
don't collect shit.
And they don't collect shit. I could pick one of these dogs up and throw it at the other dog.
Nevertheless,
Korgat's move.
Inuko's wolves look very serious as you are herded into an audience with the princess. Tanaka's new toys.
Reaching this proximity with the princess, Raoul will take a deep bow. We've heard much about you.
I'm sure.
And do not assume we immediately side with Tanaka.
That is something that I had been curious about, but I'd
Is
given
old
you the benefit of
is
the
old
doubt. What's that, Cora? Sorry?
is old dude still there?
The
Like,
commander?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, the commander and his regiment are just kind of standing awkwardly looking at all these soldiers that are just standing there while she holds
We
this
might
note.
not want to say too loud we're not sided with either or when half of our group is still probably at the palace in the middle of that stronghold.
And we have political immunity. If they strike at us, they strike at the whole of Centra.
Very smart.
And Ral
this
kind
one.
of eyes the commander.
Well, aren't we kind of
Surrounded by the
outlaws right
soldiers.
now? No.
They don't know
Outlaws
that.
in Bavol, not in Centra.
Very smart. Yes, I'm sure Tanaka filled your ears with poison about things my father did, and made himself seem official. She says that last word with some distaste. Still, you come upon this land and wear the shogunate's clothes, stay in the shogunate's palace, have contact with the shogunate. I do not have any reason to distrust you, but I do not have very strong reasons to trust you either. I suppose that, that's why Inuko has joined you. So, Inuko, what do you think?
They certainly have their own morals.
Oh, yes? They are not here for our conflict, are they?
No. No, they're not.
I see.
Sightseeing?
To be quite frank, we are somewhat of asylum seekers for the moment.
Well, in that case, the Emperor, the Empress, welcomes you to Crescient with open arms. Welcome to
Ral
my
will
fine
take
country.
another deep bow.
The Trader General, who now sits at Rutin, will no doubt try and make use of you in legitimizing his rule in the eyes of the West. That is clearly why he called for diplomats and their entourage. And so, I leave you with this. At the very best, do not get involved. But if you side with Tanaka and start doing his bidding, you will be considered an enemy on my path to the throne. And to the people of Crescient, she turns her attention to everybody. I wish to extend a message to everybody in the Saito province. The Asuka bloodline is not dead. Even though my father may be dead, and Jansen, I still live.
Is that her brother?
That would be her brother, yes. I still live, and I am coming. With that, the tune that she is playing on her Eru changes. It changes from that long, discordant one she was playing to something almost ethereal. Sounds you didn't think were possible out of a stringed instrument. It shifts from being wholly unnerving to somewhat calming. And as she plays, all of the cherry blossoms even though it is mid-October, begin to bloom.
Oh.
But as they do, their color is not pink, but blue. Cherry blossoms bloom, their blue leaves begin flying into the air. Before long, the town of Raijin is cast into a deep blue tint. This causes all of the citizens to start whispering excitedly amongst themselves. "It's the blue moon," you hear one of them say. "It's the same kind of thing that happened when the first Asuka took power. It's a miracle."
It's magic.
Even the shogunate soldiers seem taken aback as the scene unfolds before them. With that, the princess stops playing her song. Miyamoto sheathes his sword and begins to walk past the party, though she does turn to Inuko. "Stay with them. Help them if you must. I want to know."
She's
Inuko
walking-
nods and bows her head.
She's walking by us.
Yes.
I'm gonna step in front of her and she walks by me.
She stops. And
I'm gonna reach into my bag of holding. I'm gonna pull out the box and I'm gonna give it to her. Try to where nobody else can see it.
the whole bag or the picture?
No, the box. It was just a
Oh.
box with a picture in it, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was the box with the picture.
Yeah, just the box
Hmm.
with the
Mm.
picture in it, and give it to her,
Good dip
and
with
then
that
step
stuff.
back away.
Let's play that card right now. Let's go. All right.
Not say anything. Just hand her that box.
She takes the box, and you see her whole expression shift and melt before it disappears back behind like a practiced, impassive look. Although you can tell pretty much immediately that you have shaken her. She gives you
Ah!
a very
ahead.
long look, Korgath. Where
I'll
did
just
you get
step back and
this?
say, "All is well." Can't
She,
fucking help myself.
she considers you for a long time, Korgath, holding the box in her hands. With that, her tone changes. Inuko, this changes things. She looks like she is choosing her words carefully, like she's trying to keep up appearances in front of the crowd, but you can tell that currently she is overwrought with emotion. She makes direct eye contact with you, Inuko. You don't see her lips move, but you hear in your mind, "My brother lives, and these people know where he is."
Inuko nods once.
She, hiding her, still trying to hide her extreme emotion, brushes past the rest of the townsfolk. And soon, she is out of sight, as is Miyamoto. However, the blue cherry blossoms remain.
I guess we need to get some rooms.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Kinda. I mean, what? A wide range prestidigitation to turn all the leaves, all the petals blue?
What?
It's a bit more than prestidigitation.
Sure about that?
Yes.
Whoa, easy killer.
Oh! Sorry? Like, I guess I'm just used to seeing magic?
So that's what Gorix was interested in it for.
Now, as everything has died down, Ral breaks composure and leans on his sheathed longsword as a cane.
You know, I'm right here, right? Like, all I'm doing is eating dumplings.
Yeah, you got more?
Yeah, here you go,
He's-
man. I handed him 2 more buns.
Somewhat hurtful to one's pride.
Yep.
Though I am
Man.
not used to it yet. It is preferable to attempt to stand on my own strength.
Shrugs.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start walking off towards where I think there's a tavern.
And yeah, you start heading towards
Oh.
the tavern.
Tavern/inn. I want to set my Hearthstone here.
Do they have any hot springs here? I mean, this is a mountain town. Let's go find some hot springs. To
Maybe
stay
we
at.
should sleep first.
Z, you get a quiet tap on the shoulder as you wonder aloud about hot springs. Excuse me, young man. You look and you see an elderly gentleman. Forgive me. I couldn't help but notice the princess singled you all out specifically, and when I saw you, you just looked so capable. I was wondering if maybe you could help me with something at my house. It's nothing major. I don't have the strength I once had. Would you help?
Oh. Sure. Z shrugs, looks back to the group. What do you need? How soon do you need help? We're kind of a little bit worn out. We just finished clearing out Kazan Shrine.
It's okay. It's not like it's anything dangerous. I just need some boulders moved.
Oh. As he looks at the group. You guys want to move some boulders? Sounds pretty easy.
What? Personally, I believe
Huh?
I am no longer capable. But
Come on, Korgath.
Wow.
You and me.
Turns his
Boulder
attention to
moving
you.
competition.
What kind of what?
Boulder moving competition.
So the rest of you are seeing Z ask you about a boulder competition, but there's nobody standing in front of him.
You did get hit on the head pretty hard there, bud.
What?
What?
You mean?
Yeah, in the temple. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah? Are you... I mean, I was asking about hot springs and this dude tapped me on my shoulder.
What dude?
There's nobody
This
there.
dude. Is there nobody there for me?
He's there for you. You see him, he's smiling.
Yeah.
what, dude?
This dude. Z will clap him on the shoulder.
You see Z just hold his hand out and clap the air.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Let's go move some boulders.
The old man gives you a kindly smile, Z, and bows his head deferentially. I was hoping it would be just you.
Just like me alone?
Yes.
That's... I kind of want to insight check him, to be honest.
Sure.
I'm gonna... Before I do, I'm gonna bonus action and grant myself, open my mind's eye up a little bit. Does he look different, by the way, in the ethereal plane? Or does he look normal?
Alright, so you're looking in the ethereal plane.
Mhm.
This is Susano.
Okay.
That's how he looks in the ethereal plane.
Huh. I'm gonna...
He winks
Still gonna
at you.
insight check. Yeah.
He gives you a wink,
Yeah!
and
Oh, okay.
he, I mean, don't sense any lie. You don't sense any malcontent.
Yeah.
It's Susano. He appears to be taking on the appearance of an old man, and for whatever reason, nobody else can see him.
Yeah. You guys going up ahead. I'm gonna go. Yeah. Z will head on off.
Is she okay?
I don't know. I'm gonna go to the inn tavern.
All right. So Z's going off to help Susano? Not Susano. Corias on his way to the inn. Where's everybody else headed?
Ral reaches a hand and looks towards Inuko. A moment.
Of course.
First, I would like to apologize for whatever it was that happened back there. Secondly, you are part of the princess's, I guess, empire, to put it correctly. Would you know anyone with the ability to send word over long distance within the town?
What? How long of a distance?
I was hoping to send a message to Ruten, our diplomat and another of our group. A bit of forewarning and notice on some things.
Out of character, how far of a distance is that in miles?
And I'm basically asking if someone knows sending.
I think that was DJ.
Depending on the distance in miles, Inigo can do it with Animal Messenger too.
Oh, I forgot that's a thing.
DJ?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah.
How far is Ruten in like miles?
Ooh. Yes. It's. We're gonna call that 35 miles.
I can have your message there and a response in about a day and a half. Is it more urgent than that?
If possible, I would prefer an urgent one, but this is the most accessible and least straining on our current relations. That will suffice.
Would
It is a
Inigo know if
couple days
there's anyone
journey
in
back to
town
Ruten.
who can do sending?
You think for a moment, and probably the Shuki priests are familiar with that one.
Inigo nod again. If it's more urgent than that, the priest can send a message more quickly.
That would be appreciated if you could introduce me.
Of course. She'll lead him there.
Ral will follow suit, hobbling on his cane. Well, longsword, but
All right, you hobble on the longsword cane and wind up at a small little Shuki temple. It's not a big grand thing like what's in Ruten. It's kind of an open air situation. But there is all the priests seem to be congregating and talking excitedly as the giant cherry blossom in the center of the temple has turned blue. They seem very excited about this. They turn their attention towards Inuko and Ral as they enter.
truly is a beautiful sight that your princess makes.
This is... this is almost too much to take in. The princess still alive? The blue moon? Like when the first Asuka took power? I feel like I'm living history right now. One of the priestesses is just chattermouthing. And I mean, I know the North had their problems with the dynasty, but it's not like Tanaka's much better, and there's all this in the way. I shouldn't be saying such things. We're in a place of worship, and welcome, newcomer. Oh my goodness, you're one of the foreigners. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been talking so loud. Hello.
You're quite all right. I am fairly adept at your language, even though it has been a short time since learning it.
I can tell it's almost perfect. How may I help you?
I pride my ability and my knowledge. I was wondering if you could help me in sending a message to a colleague of mine.
Well, the messenger pigeons don't really run out of the temple here.
We're needing something faster.
Oh. You mean using the old techniques. Right. Yeah, I can do that. She does have to resort to, the whole process takes a couple of minutes as she resorts to pulling out one of the old books, tracing over some very old-looking Crescient to refamiliarize herself with the spell. Right. Sending. Yes, I can do this one. What would you like to have sent, and to who?
To Jacko Birdsong, and with my free hand I hold out and extend, and with prestidigitation I create the illusion of a small figurine in his wrist.
So you create a little Jacko in your hand, and she examines him and nods. Okay, I think I can... Yeah, I got him. What would you like to say?
The greater game has changed. Our station is no longer what we believed it once was. We would have some accommodations that we will need prepared.